All right. Welcome to the Let Me Know podcast. Tonight, I'm going to ask the Let Me Know football crew how they feel about the Liga Mexicana players leaving their clubs and the liguilla early to go to the Selección Mexicana's camp a month before the Mundial starts. Let's get into it. All right, boys. So definitely been thinking about this all week. We haven't gotten a chance to get together and really get to this and have this conversation. There's two lenses right now to look at this from. I want to talk about both, and I want to ask you guys what you think. So on one hand, you're looking at this as a Liga Mexicana fan, as a Chivas fan, America fan, Toluca fan, Tigres fan, every team who made the liguilla. You're looking at this a little sour because your players have been taken, especially for Chivas, but I think this is the case for everybody who got a player taken. I want to say about 6 out of the 8 teams in the liguilla had a legitimate shot at winning the championship. About 6 out of 8, you know? You can make arguments here and there. Right now, like for Chivas, they're missing 5 players. Key players, and I feel like with these 5 players, they definitely look like they had a better chance at winning the campeonato, you know? I feel like if we had all of our players, it would just look better, look different, give us a much better chance. Although I will sneak in there that even without these players, I still feel like Chivas can make it happen, but we'll get into these conversations. On the other hand, you have Javier Aguirre, who wants to start a month early to get his players just ready, build chemistry. Now, before I ask you guys what you think, I just want to throw in there an analogy for you guys. So I coach high school soccer for 12, 13 years now. And the reason I'm using this analogy is because it is a much smaller degree, yes, but I think I can compare it. I have the freedom to set my own varsity schedule up, or the whole program schedule up, right? I can start my games as early as like the week before Thanksgiving. So like the 3rd week of November, I can start having games, right? The thing is, I don't get my best players who are playing in showcases, they're playing like the rest of their season, whatever tournaments they're doing. I don't get them until like 2 weeks into December. So there's a good 4 weeks right there where I miss a lot of these players because they can't play club and high school at the same time, you know? So if it was up to me, I'd be like, fuck that. Don't go to the showcase. Don't go to this. As a high school coach. If I were to have the choice to tell my athletes, hey, you cannot play with your club team, like come with me, let's start a month early and then we can hit the season ready to go. Like I would make that choice, but the club coaches will look at me and be like, you're fucking crazy. Like me as a club coach, if a high school coach is coming at me like, hey, I need you to release her a month early because blah, blah, I'll be like, that's ridiculous. So I see where Javier Aguirre is coming from, wanting to have a good month of preparation beforehand. You should have a leg up on everybody else who's not able to train a month early. Everybody's only going to be going to their national teams for 2 weeks before we start the Mundial. So this is like an advantage for them. Having said that, you know, you got this on one hand, you got this on the other hand. How do you guys feel about it?
I agree with like maybe 80% of what you said, bro. I'll just say I like the analogy. I just don't agree with the fact that somewhere in the process of doing this camp, you were able to release 2 Toluca players. And I saw this coming, bro. I think anybody who knew about the camp, they're probably not a high school coach, but they probably go through this situation with this sort of camp. You can't take their players away during playoffs. That I disagree. So maybe it was bad scheduling, maybe it was bad planning from the beginning. I don't know what happened right there, bro. But the thing is that Chivas is the most affected with 5.
Yeah.
5 players gone. So you might as well just say bye to the playoffs, bro. Everything you did all season, being the number 1 seed for the majority of the season to the last 2 fixtures, you don't have that home game advantage anymore, home stadium advantage. And now you don't have 5 of your players, 5 of your starters. And for what exactly? Because during this process, bro, I think I found out a little bit about myself. I think I get more up and hyped for Chivas games than Mexico games.
Yeah,
I think that's
interesting for you to say.
Because when this happened, I was like, I'm on Chivas' side.
Oh,
I like the club side saying like, hey, bro, hold on, what's going on here? Because you took 5 of ours, and I think it was all Milito's doing. Because I think Milito is smart enough, competitive enough. to be like, what's going on?
But they knew that going into this tournament.
And so that's what I was gonna say.
So all those owners of those clubs, like all the clubs, they knew what was gonna happen.
They all agreed to it.
But
Yeah, they
Toluca
all
was
agreed
trying to
to
be
it.
sneaky with it, like, hey, let me
Yeah,
have Vega
yeah.
and Gallardo back. It
Because-
was the Confederation who said, yeah, go ahead. And these fools were with Toluca gear training.
Yeah.
So right away, right there, tells
Everybody's
you,
like, yo, fuck that.
Yeah, this
They
was
didn't end
all,
up-
what was this then? The whole time, what was this?
Yeah.
So they didn't end up playing with Toluca,
They
so
didn't.
everything ended up intact.
Because calls were made. Chivas right away was like, hey, give me my players
Well, they
back
tried to
there.
be
Yeah, yeah,
sneaky and try to go to like a certain directivo was
Who
like
said
kind of
yes.
higher up and was like, all right, go.
But I wanted
then
to
that-
add.
But it's like
I wanted to add to what you said about like they knew this since the start and they fucking
Yeah.
did. Why did they not schedule this differently then?
Exactly.
Why didn't they schedule this so that this doesn't conflict? They totally could have done that. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know. That's the weird part for me, right there. Like, oh, you.
Yes, bro.
Because now where you could have definitely just made this easier for yourself, you didn't. Now you're like, okay, let me just take some players, make them leave from the liguilla. You already know that's going to be some kind of political bullshit out there. You know, people are going to be talking about it. You're going to get this kind of chaos that's happening right now. You could have avoided all this. And not only that, now it looks like they're backtracking on a bunch of things because the players from Toluca and all that. But still, at the end of the day,
And check
nothing.
this out. I guarantee you, Marcel Luis is gonna go, and I'm happy for him to go, bro. But it's the how. It's the
Yeah.
how this went about. So I'm saying, like, you're right. They didn't know from the beginning, and all the owners were in agreement. But can we make this a smooth transition? Because we all want Mexico to do good, bro. This is they're a host nation, one of the host nations. So of course we want them to do good. But can we do this in a smoothly transition
where it
way,
doesn't
bro?
mess up the league, it doesn't mess up the club teams,
Yes,
it doesn't mess up the player, and it doesn't mess
Yes.
up the national team. There's a way to do this to not screw everybody else up, I
But
believe.
going back to your analogy that you said, if I was the club coach, I'd be like, nah,
Right.
like, just wait.
Right. Just wait.
Yeah.
wait. I'd be like, nah. And I don't understand why these fools like said yes or gave into like what Aguirre was asking, or I don't know if it was Aguirre. Maybe it was Aguirre. Like it was.
I think he
his
was asking.
idea, right?
He
Like,
wanted
it was
that.
his idea.
Bro, you
Like
you
let him start early, but it doesn't make. I mean, sure. I mean, you have him for a month, but I don't think they're gonna get that much of an advantage.
Well, a lot of people have been saying like, hey, in 2002
I'm
and
right
in
there.
2010, they did that. Didn't make a difference.
I'm right
Yeah.
there.
La
And-
Volpe did
and
that in
those
2006.
were better teams.
Because
Yeah,
look, you're
sure.
okay. They're coming.
Although, I don't know.
Okay, you're stopping.
yes.
You're stopping their playoffs. Those games are crucial for them to build up to this World Cup. Like if they're not playing, like they're only gonna be training. They're not gonna be playing.
So you think it's
Yeah,
better?
so-
You
Doesn't make
you're
sense.
like him. You think it's better? Like, hey, just stay in the liguilla.
Yeah, and
finish
not
that
all
out.
of them. Not all of them are gonna make it to the final. So you're gonna end up getting players here and there. Like
Some are
coming, you know?
eliminated.
Incorporated.
Some are gonna get eliminated.
4 teams are eliminated this weekend.
this weekend. Exactly.
Yeah.
So some of those players could have been already integrated.
I mean, it's hard though because
This
if you
week.
put yourself in the shoes, like the whole reason I wanted them a month early is to put a month of work in, and I think by law, by FIFA law, from your last day of playing with your club team or being with your club team, you need to have like a certain amount of vacation time before you go to the national team. Or so I remember some people saying. So let's say some people, let's say
Yeah.
it's a week.
Yeah,
let's say
yeah.
it's a week.
Yeah.
They're out this weekend. Aguirre's not going to see him still
it's
for
like
another
10
week.
days or
you
something.
know.
Like, almost 2 weeks that they get.
Well,
That
yeah,
they have to have.
whatever it's supposed to
Okay.
be. I mean, it's still gonna be like Javier Aguirre's probably gonna be like, well, fuck, I don't get any time with them. Might as well not do anything.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I realized that you know how he called the 12 players that are for sure from the Liga Mexicana, and then he called the sparring players.
Yeah.
All of that team is gonna be playing against the Cameroon team, the scrimmage that they have at the end of May.
Oh, shit.
And I don't know if they're gonna have any of the Europeans for that game. May 22nd is Ghana. That's the
Yeah.
one that I was
Okay.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Ghana, Australia.
30th Australia.
May 30th is Australia.
And then June 7th.
June 4th is
Fourth.
Serbia.
Serbia.
Oh yeah, 4th.
And then
4th,
June
4th.
11th.
Yeah, so they play
South
a week
Africa.
before.
South Africa.
Yeah. They play Serbia a week before
But
the,
bro, like
the World Cup.
But
That's
what's
their
cool
last
about
game.
that Serbia game is that they'll have everybody.
Yeah, that Serbia game they're gonna
Yeah.
have.
So they gotta
everyone.
treat it like a World Cup game.
So they're gonna start like implementing a lot of stuff and like trying
Yeah.
out a lot of stuff. You know.
And the thing is, to me, is like, bro, they know each other. They've been playing
That's
together
what I'm saying
for,
too. That's
for,
what I've been
like,
saying too. Like
years.
what's
so
the
it's
point?
not
Like-
like they're brand new. Like,
Yeah.
who is this?
Like okay, so what's this whole process has been? What has it been about? if you need these foods like a month early? Like,
It's
what's the point?
It's just
What's
about
the point?
building. It's just about building. It's about continuing to create the chemistry. Me and you, if we play 50 games together, like by the 50th game,
Right.
what we have
we're
is
not,
better.
We're not playing games. We're just gonna be training.
Or training. I'm using games as the example here, but if we're training, if me and you train and in training we're playing together, building these relationships and stuff, understanding like, okay, when Salomon has the ball on his left foot and he's on the left side, usually he's gonna cut in and then get a ball around the back post. So I gotta make my run around the back post. And I only learned this because of how many reps you and I have done on the training ground, you know? Yes, the training ground is not the same as games, 100%, they're not. But Javier Aguirre is out there working with them, implementing his system and his style, and observing them, watching them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, you know what? I don't know if I should start Vega or Quiñones, but Quiñones looks better when he's next to.
Quiñones.
No, I'm just hypothetically speaking.
Yeah.
You know, is Quiñones better next to Raul or is Vega better next to Raul? If I have them two, and who has to be the midfielder behind them?
But this is shit that he
Marcel.
should have already known.
No, I know, but
Bro,
to give
that's-
yourself an extra month to see things like this,
those are a couple questions that
But
I
I
have.
don't know if it's gonna
when
like,
was
give you an
Aguirre-
advantage if you play against anybody. You know, I don't think it will.
no.
I don't think so either. But my question is, or I have two questions. When was Aguirre assigned the head coach position? And then when did they know that they were going to be a host nation? Because those two things matter, bro. As soon as you knew you were going to be a host nation, you need to start
They knew-
cutting your season shorter and
They knew
shorter
back in like
and shorter.
2022 or something.
They've
Come
known
on.
like 2 World Cups ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
you need to start cutting your season shorter in order to give time.
Or something.
Imagine
or,
they
or
would have
play
been
a couple two-game
Imagine
jornadas.
the liguilla would have been done now or last weekend. Last weekend was
Perfect.
the championship.
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
There's no issue. All the
yeah.
teams go ahead.
You
have
totally
all the
could have
players,
done that.
Have everybody want because now you have more time with
Yeah.
no issue of like, hey, Toluca gets to have their players back. What do you mean?
July 22nd of 2024, Javier Aguirre was appointed the head coach of the Mexico national team.
That's 2 years, bro.
Yeah, no,
That's 2
but
years.
he doesn't have that control.
That's 2 years.
He's just the head coach
No,
of the national
well,
team. He doesn't have that control.
I think they were trying to go above him, and somebody in the Federación was like, "Yeah, go ahead, have Gallardios. Go ahead and have Vega back." And Aguirre was like, "Bro, whoever doesn't report to camp is not going to the
Yeah,
Mundial."
that's how it happened.
It's that simple.
It
I
seems like
don't
that's how
care
it
if you're
happened.
Vega. I don't care if you're Gallardo. You're not gonna decide for me what happens to these players. It's my time now.
I also feel like Turco was probably like, "Hey, let's
Oh.
ask for forgiveness instead of permission."
Oh.
So he's like, "No más vénganse, come on, and
Turco,
we'll figure this
bro.
shit out." And be like, "Oh, I didn't know, play it dumb."
That's why I think it was behind the scenes. I think it was Turco and Milito. Not them going back and forth with each other personally, but Turco's the one who initiated it. He's tricky.
Well, I don't
He's
think
tricky,
it was
bro.
Milito. I think it was
bro.
Vergara. I think Vergara was like,
No, bro.
"Let me make some calls. Fuck this."
If it was Jorge,
Well,
if
he
it was
only
Jorge
said that-
Vergara, I would believe it. But Amaury's not a futbolero. He doesn't. He's.
But he only said what he said
he
because of what was
inherited
happening,
Chivas.
no?
Huh?
Like
What?
he only said what he said.
Who?
Amaury.
Amaury Vergara
Yeah.
said what he said
What he
because
tweeted. Did you guys see what he
Yeah,
tweeted?
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because of
And-
what was happening with Toluca.
right.
yeah, exactly.
And I think that
And he-
Milito
you said
being
he wasn't going to be the one that's...
No.
That would have said that,
would
and
have
he
said
did
that.
say it.
Milito behind this. How would you feel as a coach? Well, you're like, what? Like they get to have their players and we don't, bro. We lost 3-1. We lost 3-1. We're about
I
to
don't
play.
think
we're about
Milito
to-
was the one
Yes.
making the calls or running
No.
amok. I think he told Vergara, like, "Hey, fuck this. Give me my players."
Milito has been or was a top professional player, and he's overly competitive because you don't get to that. He's not a world renowned. He's not Maldini or anything like that, but he was a top center back for a
I'm
while.
sure he wasn't happy that his players were taking. No.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
I think he's the one who's like, hey,
I don't even think este güey estaba enterrado. I don't even think he knew that the Toluca players were out there. I don't even know, dude. It was Vergara.
He must have.
It was
bro.
Vergara. It was just.
I don't think he's that. Yeah, I don't think he has the competitive futbolero mind. If it was Jorge Vergara, the dad, yes,
But
he
he's-
was on top of everything.
But there's
This
principles.
fool-
You don't have to be a futbolero to know
Yeah.
principles
He has
and what principles
He has
mean
fools that tell him.
and what they
and
are.
that's
He has
Milito.
fools that tell him. No.
Well, that's what I was saying.
I think
that's
Milito
Milito.
probably told Vergara,
Milito,
"Give me my
bro,
players back."
I'm not even the coach, but I was kind of like foreseeing this happen. I was texting you fools. I was like, bro, I better not see Marcel reporting, Gallardo reporting to Toluca. I better not see that, bro.
Did.
I texted you fools like I can see this going bad.
Let's not go too much longer. Let me ask you guys then. Are you telling me right now that club is more important than national team? Is that what you're telling me?
I think when this little saga happened, I sided with Chivas, bro.
Oh.
And I think in my heart, I know it's World Cup and all that, but it leaned to Chivas, bro.
Oh shit, bro.
It leaned towards Chivas. I was like, don't do that to my team, bro. Don't make us look like suckers over here.
No
you
shit,
took
bro.
five, bro. You took 5 starters. You took our goalie. Nah.
Is club more important than national team for you?
Yes.
Really?
Okay. I didn't. I'll be honest, bro. I'll be
100%.
transparent. I didn't know that. And this whole little beef
you found
made
out.
me realize,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, like
no.
Yeah, club is more important than national team.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. It made me realize that. So I know it's a
'Cause
mundial.
that's the team you're gonna go and play for like every day. Like
Let me ask
Yeah.
you though.
No?
It's
Let's
your
say-
livelihood.
It's
That's your
year
livelihood.
round. It's year round.
Let's say
the
this World Cup,
selección is just the cherry on top.
the mundial, I think, is the ultimate honor when it comes down to representing your country in football. It's like the ultimate honor in the mundial.
Yeah,
you know, playing with Mexico or
Yes.
wherever you're from.
Yes.
All the clubs support the national team because the national team is what's on top. Now there are some people who would say club is better, the Champions League and all that stuff. And
It is-
yeah,
it is
probably
better.
like
It is.
That's a good example.
if
bro.
I have PSG against Brazil,
PSG.
probably though because they're together.
This Brazil.
Yeah.
This
Yes,
Brazil.
they're together all like every day. They're
yeah.
working every day. I get it.
That too.
But I don't know, dude. I just feel like the national team is like the biggest honor. It was hard for me to choose a side. I have to admit that. I couldn't. Not that there should have been a side to choose, but it's not like it's helped any other World Cups. Here's the question for you guys. Let's say it does help this World Cup. We make it to the quarterfinals because we had a good extra month of work and it really helped. Would you then be okay with them having taken the players from the Liguilla?
But what does work mean? Like, what are we seeing? Like, why
They made it
if
to the
they had it-
quarterfinals.
So
Whatever
that's
that would mean.
Them having having them a month early and then making it to the quarterfinals. That was what it.
Yeah, let's say it
That's what
equates
it
to that.
equates to that?
Yeah,
So-
let's
so
say it
you're
equates
saying
to that. Would you
Mexico-
take it? Would you accept, like, okay, they took the Chivas players, but look, they made the
And,
quarterfinal?
and that means that Mexico gets. I mean, not Mexico. Chivas goes out of the playoffs this Saturday.
This Saturday, yeah. They get
it
Was
doesn't,
it
it doesn't
worth it?
have
Was
to
it
mean
worth
that.
it?
It doesn't have to mean
So-
that.
so-
But let's just say, worst case scenario, Chivas is out this round, but Mexico goes to the round of 8. Is it worth it for you?
I'm gonna say.
Nah, they gotta win that shit.
I don't know.
They gotta win the World Cup.
I don't know.
Now,
bro.
I gotta say that-
Nah, semifinal.
I'm-
Give me a semifinal.
I'm still a little pissed right now, bro. I don't know.
A little
I think,
sour
I think
about
I'm a little
it.
too emotional right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Because I want to say like.
No, overall, it still doesn't make sense to me why this one wants them a month early. Like,
No, it makes sense.
there's no reason. There's no reason to have them.
It makes sense with whether it's going to work out or pay off or not. That's the other story, but it makes sense.
Sure.
You know,
Does it to me.
I forgot where I heard this from, bro. It was from many podcasts that I listened to, soccer podcasts I listened to. But somebody said Qatar had the most time to prepare, and they were the first team out. I don't know what that means, but that tells me like, so it's not really about the time. It's not real. So it's not. It's not the biggest component. It's not the biggest parameter.
It's not.
It's
but
because
it's
I'm still seeing the Champions League, and I'm like, okay, well, you have all these world class players all over the field, and they're here, they're playing the Champions League.
see, but that's
And then
why we
they-
need that extra month
and they still have to
I
go
don't
to their
think so, bro.
teams.
That's what him.
It doesn't get more
when did he-
competitive than the
when did he get
Champions
the
League.
job? When did he get the job?
July 22nd, 2024.
See, so all these 2 years, he had all that planning and all that, looking at all these different players to
That's what I'm
decide.
saying,
Bro,
bro.
but
To know,
he
to know,
played.
no, but not just that though, but like to create a group and like have a group where he knows like how he's gonna play and what he's gonna get out of them, you know.
Exactly.
And then having them a month before, and then they're gonna be in their playoffs too, and like all the other leagues too, is like
You had 2 years.
it doesn't make no sense.
You
Like,
had
it
Javier
doesn't make
Aguirre-
sense.
Javier Aguirre coached 14 games in those 2 years. It's not that much, bro. It's 7 games a year.
No, but he
to
did
create,
have
and,
yeah,
and
but-
every time that he had him for no more than 2 weeks. You can't create that much of chemistry and whatever you want to create. Like, it's really hard to do that in that little bit of time. And it's not like he had
Yeah, but you're saying
all his
you're
players
saying,
the whole
yeah,
time.
but you're saying
he had
it like,
different players the
but
whole
you're
time.
saying it like
But-
all those other nations aren't doing the same thing or
no,
don't
but
have
that's
that
because
same thing.
they're top
Right?
class, bro.
But that's kind of
That's
like
England.
So it's just the
Spain.
caliber. So it's just the caliber of players. You're saying.
Yeah, well, because we're not top class, we could use the extra month of work. If we were Spain, we probably don't need that shit.
we didn't
if we were
have-
Argentina, or I'm gonna say Argentina. If we were, I'm gonna delete that. Right
Yeah,
now.
Argentina,
But if
of
we
course,
were,
bro.
I'm gonna delete that though. But if we
No,
were
no, no,
like,
you love Argentina.
Nah,
bro, low-key. You always say it. Fool.
You always say it.
Show the text
You
messages.
always say it,
fool.
bro. That's disgusting. You're saying this right now. Hijo de-
Come on, bro. All day. bro.
Imagine, no way.
Argentina flag?
Oh my god.
No, bro. What I'm saying is that extra month didn't affect how well you played against Portugal, how well you played against Belgium. They played well. And they didn't have this extra month, bro. Those are
they didn't
top
win,
teams.
though. They didn't win, though.
Portugal is a contender. They're a legit contender to the World Cup. They didn't have Cristiano
If
Ronaldo.
you want to go beyond, you need to win the game. I don't go past this round if I don't win it. They
But
didn't win.
If you tell me you tied against Portugal, great. This Portugal.
Let's say
This Portugal is way better than the one that Omar Bravo missed that penalty against. This Portugal is way
if
better,
Mexico,
bro.
but look at it like this: if
Right?
Mexico
Come on,
had
bro.
no, look at it like this though: if Mexico had 1 month of preparation before that Portugal and Belgium game, could it have been a different game? Could it have been a better game? Both of those. I think so. I think so.
But
I'm not.
Portugal and Belgium are also, if they're also going to have that extra month, then
But because Portugal and Belgium don't have that extra month in this World Cup and Mexico does, that could make a little bit of a difference.
I don't think it is.
Even if it's a little bit of a difference, it could still make it.
No, I don't think it's going to make a
I think
difference.
just
Like if the difference is an extra round, I'm down. If the difference is an extra round, I'm down. If let's say without this month they don't go whatever extra round that would have been, like, well, fuck, we could have gone an extra round if we just would have been together a month sooner.
You said like
You know?
But that's not the only thing, though. That's not the.
No,
You know?
no, of course. I mean, we don't know. You know, we don't know, dude. Let's just say super fucking crazy they win the World Cup. It's not gonna be because of that extra month. You know,
That's
like
how you're saying it, though.
no, but I know that could help.
Okay, but what
though,
about
is what I'm saying.
Okay, say it the other way
You
though.
know?
Say the opposite of that. What if they get knocked out
After doing that month?
What if they
game
did it?
right
Yeah.
after group stage? Then you're gonna be like, well, it didn't work. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So it's
just like it didn't work previous World Cups.
But are you gonna? Yeah, but are
So
you gonna
then-
blame it on the month though?
Yeah,
On that extra
that's
month?
what I'm saying. It's
Well,
not,
I don't
it's
know
not
if the
like
credit goes to the month or the blame goes to the month. I don't know
That's
if
what
it
I'm saying.
does, but I know that just having extra work together doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
No, I think it helps with their chemistry
like
for sure.
0.0111000. Like, you know.
All right. What I would like to know is what the hell you think right now, because we could go back and forth with this for like
Super
another
back and forth.
fucking 3 hours, dude. But I
Yeah,
would like to
so-
know what you guys think. Comment
So
down
sunrise.
below. Are you with the selección, and are you okay with them taking players and building the chemistry early, as we're saying? Or would you prefer for them to have stayed with their teams and finish out the liguilla
Yes.
and then get to the selección and see where it goes from there? You can go either way.
Like Lique.
But give us a quick like. Just click that subscribe button down below, and it definitely helps this channel go a long way. We got a lot more coming to you. We're about a month away from the Copa Mundial.
Oops.
Very much excited. Appreciate you guys tuning in.